Welcome back. I'm Calvin Statue Fanatic here with another review coming off of my incredible high from getting this guy behind me, the Black Panther. But we are going to continue to do all the cool things that we've always done, look at all sorts of figures and statues and things like that, and present things to people with all types of taste. That means to collect what you like and not the hype. And we're going to keep the year rolling with some of my favorite collectibles from some of my favorite companies, one being Diamond Select Gallery. You guys already know how much I love this company and I love the work that they do and the statues that they produce at such an affordable price. For almost any collector who are a fan of pop culture, you can find something that you love and that connects you to some inner part of your childhood here, or even your adulthood, who knows. But this is of the Predator, and to my knowledge, there aren't many smaller scale versions of the Predator outside of NECA's action figures when it comes to statues. So when I saw this at one of the cons, I was really excited to see this on display, that Predator fans would get to own something really cool as well, because of course we know we have some of the larger Predator figures. This is a Diamond Select, like I said, gallery piece diorama. Take a look at the box here. There's some writing on the back of it. It says, deep in the jungle, several bodies have been discovered, skinned and hang from the trees. Remember those scenes? And this is a representation of the 1987 Predator movie, according to the back here. So what we'll do is, and I want to point out, it says, really in big letters too, it says 14 plus, not a toy. So anyway, let's get this guy out of the box and take a look at it. Regular Diamond Select box. In fact, this is a really cool looking box too. I like Diamond Select boxes in that if you are a type of collector that like to keep your things in the box, but yet would like to be able to see them without taking them out, they do a really good job with these window box. You can see the top and the side and the bottom and all that kind of great stuff. So we're just gonna go ahead and get this open. Now we've got him out of the box, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this box aside and we'll start talking about the statue here. As far as the statue is concerned, what I am reacting to is what I'm seeing for the first time as well. I have never taken him out of the box. I've had it for a couple of weeks. I only looked at him inside of the box because I wanted to do this with you guys at the same time. And what we'll do is, like I always do, we'll do it once around here and take a look at what this guy looks like. And right off the bat, what I'm gonna point out again, when I picked this one up, this is a little bit heavier than all the other Diamond Select pieces that I remember getting. I have quite a few around me here, and this one definitely has a little bit more weight to it than the others when you pick it up. And as just looking at it, it looks really, really nicely done. There's a lot of different colors and shadings and things like that going on the statue. So at first glance, I'm gonna tell you that Predator fans probably will really like this a lot. I think it's done. You probably have seen the NECA Predator figures because they have done so many of those, and those are really highly detailed action figures. But this is a really nice statue, and I think they've done a great job with that. So we'll just look at, I want to actually start with the paint job because that's what stands out to me the most. And as you look around, you can see there's just really a ton of attention that's been put into the different shades of the paint. And if you look at the armor aspect of it, the parts that are silver, you can see battle-worn parts on the armor here. You can see where there's a lot of different shading and dark spots, light spots. You can just see where the armor looks worn. It looks really authentic in the sense that it looks like real metal the way that it's painted. And another impressive part about the way that this metal part is painted on here is that it is done neat. There doesn't seem to be a lot of spillover and errors anywhere on it. And with statues that are mass produced like this, there's no addition size or anything. So I think there's just tons of them probably produced. And so they come out of the factory rather quickly. So I would imagine that there's an opportunity to make tons of mistakes. But let's look at some of the paint in the hair here. You can see these gold bands that are around what looks to be dreadlocks. But the paint on that's done really well as well. And then you can see the gun here. This looks like it moves when I touch it. I'm not gonna do anything, but it moves when I touch it. It seems to be firmly affixed, but this weapon or this weapon type apparatus that's on here, you can see where there's a lot of shading and paint and everything in that as well. And then when you look at his actual body, the various tones of paint on here, the browns, the oranges, the yellows, the darker colors that looks almost like black, shaded nicely. I don't think anybody would be upset or or not like this piece. And I think this is maybe a deluxe piece that may be a little bit more than the $45. I'm not sure, but it's right around in the same range. Very, very, very affordable. And now, when we talk about some of the other elements that are on here, you have this tribal type ornament where he's collected the skulls and vertebrae of his kills, it looks like. This actually moves. That's pretty cool. It's kind of a separate piece. I think if you maneuvered it well enough, you can probably actually take this off of his neck, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just leave it where it's at. But you can see multiple human and even what looks like animal skulls that are on, or maybe even predator skulls that are on the necklace here. And then there's this long vertebrae that's a part of the necklace as well. Just lots of other things happening here. Now, when it comes to the detail on the statue, it's just endless amount of detail. Like, remember in the movie, this little thing that pops up, he has a screen on it and he can see all the digital. It would be cool if that actually flipped up. If it's one of these or this one, if it flipped up, but it doesn't. But highly detailed. See some of the images where I've zoomed in where you can see that they've sculpted quite a bit of detail in that. And then the same thing with the dreads and the thing that's on his shoulder here. Lots of detail in that. And then down in the base. Now, I love the design and the detail in the base and the rock and all of that stuff in the base. That looks really awesome in the tree trunk that he's standing on. This is really, if you just take it for the sculpt type part of it, the stance, the sculpt, all of that looks really awesome. Yeah, I'm really impressed with all of that. And just the paint scheme on the base, it's painted well. I just thought that, it just could look, the vegetation could be more green and more lush, if you will, on the base. And as you look around, you can just see like the mesh part of the bodysuit that's on here. It looks pretty nice. All the different squares, the way that it's painted there, that looks cool. And on the outfit itself, like some really nice details on the outfit itself. You can see where there are these claw marks or types of battle scars from where his outfit has been damaged. And then there's also some scarring at the top here where that's been damaged. I've never seen a light up feature on a Diamond Select piece, but if there were one, it'd be kind of cool. And even if it wasn't a light up feature, if maybe the eyes were painted red as if they were glowing or something like that, that would be pretty cool. Little pipes going into his arms and from there, life sustaining stuff. Now, there is one thing that stands out on this piece that I think doesn't need to stand out. And I can see where the pieces were put together in certain areas only because I'm like really, really looking for it. But there's one area here on his arm where there's this huge seam. And I just think that there may be other pieces that don't even have that seam, because I just tempted to pull it out and push it further in so that you can better conceal that seam. Even after having this in, painting it probably would have, as one piece may have concealed that too. But with everything that's going on with the statue, if I hadn't pointed that out, nobody probably would even pay attention to it, because there's just so much going on with the lines and the design and all of that. You probably would have just glossed over that and not even noticed it. Well, that concludes my first Diamond Select review of the year. And this is of the Predator from the 1987 movie, a classic, by the way. And this says that it was designed by Caesar and sculpted by Alterton. I think I said that right. I'm not sure. I've never heard it pronounced before, but phonetically that looks like what it says. But I have seen those two names on so many pieces that I have reviewed from Diamond Select. So nice job, guys. And that is pretty much it. And remember to always collect what you like and not the hype. Until next time, my friends, peace.